Hi guys, just so you know, the old system worked in exactly the same way, still time consuming to produce the leagues. What I'll do is I'll send you over the login details and the URL, the address, so you can log in to try and build up the matches. It's a new website which is made a lot easier. If I just go back to the home screen, I've still got a lot of work to do on the site, but I'm getting the basics there. And basically what you've got is any news information that you put in, i.e. this tester page, this page will appear on the website. I'll give a quick brief view on how to do it later, but any kind of comments that users leave, any new posts that you put up regarding the league will appear here and on my own page. It's a fully responsive website, so what I mean by that, it will work on any device, so it will work on mobile phones, tablets, etc. The old site pretty much was server heavy. This particular one is more lightweight, it's a lot cheaper because the update to the old version to the league system was around about $160. It's a lot of money, and this produces pretty much the same outcome. As you can see here, I've put in some of the links here for the divisions and the competition, and what you've got is the teams within this division and the fixtures. Excuse me. So what you've got here is obviously one or two of the fixtures that I've put in with the correct dates and that. What I'm interested in, if I go to Division 3, as you can see in there, all the teams are in the table, and for instance I've put in a match, and you can see the teams that have played, whether they won, lost or draw, and the bonus points they got. Obviously the bonus points will go up, and the amount of points that team's earned during the season will go up as time goes on. And what you do is the fixtures. Now there's no easy way around this, because obviously the way the league system is set up and the way it's generated, I know Dave needs to do it in a certain way because of some teams being at the same alley that can't play at the same place. And we can't just click a button and it goes, and obviously for the booklet as well, you can't have lists of matches, so you have to do it in the way that you do, obviously, but then that creates restrictions on the website and how it's created. I'll put these in. I've still got to do various updates to the site so that these are linkable. You can see the bonus points system, which hopefully I'll get to put in at some point. But to actually create these leagues for each one of the divisions, I'll run through the guide on how to do it, and it's fairly simple. With the login details and the address that I give you, I know it's not on the Worcester Skittles site at the moment, but I can transfer it over at a later date. I've still got to do some security and updates and add a few more plugins, but this would be the page that you be presented with when you log in. I'll go over posts at a later date, and you don't really need to worry about anything else, but what you are looking for is the league engine. So if you click on the league engine, it will go in a fairly simple screen with various settings and that, but this is a dashboard for it. What we're actually interested in is the competitions. Now I've set up the competitions and I've set up the teams. I'll just click on the team. These are all the teams for all three divisions, so it will go through, it's in alphabetical order, and it's 4 pages, and you can do a search. If you click on the teams, they are all blacks, that their own alleys are black pole in. I've still got to just finish off some bits for this, but this particular one is one that works. So you can add in new teams in it. Say, I know there was a new team this season which I've already included. But next season you don't have to create a new division. You might have to go in. I'll just click on Division 1. There's various settings that you can put in. So here you put in League 1 and the start date. Next season you might need to just change the start date. But you can create a new season, so it doesn't really matter, to be fair. So if I go back to that and you wanted to add a new season, say 2015 to 2016, it's a competition, it's a league, it's team versus team. You can put in 2012, 2015 to 2016, put in the start date, which you click, and it gives you the calendar and the start date to the season. The reason why you've got the start dates here, because it automatically generates, it can automatically generate it, especially with the matches and stuff, but we can't really do that in a minute. But once you've got that set up and hit create, it will then appear. I'll just go back in this list. Once you've got the list, you go in and you've got the season. So this is where you can put in the start dates. It's always worth putting in all the start dates and the point system. These will probably be turned off, but if you turn them on, that's great, because it will show the bonus points and the score difference. And then you can click on the table at the top here, this table. This table will be all the teams that play within that division. So you've got Division 1 season 2014 to 15, and then the teams. If you wanted to add teams, just click in. So next season, Brewers Arms might come up into Division 1, for instance, and these two teams might be the losing teams. So you can just go hit delete and then apply, and those will be taken off the list. You add your new ones in, go to the next one, take off the two that have been relegated and gone down into Division 3, the ones that have been promoted you add, and it's done. Right, matches. Now, there's been no way around this. I've worked my heart and soul out to try and get the system that Dave uses, which is this fixture list, into the system so it's automatically generated. It's just physically not possible. However, when you click on new matches, there is a system here that creates a fixture list. You put in your start date, obviously your start time for each one of the fixtures, how many days between them, home and away matches, and shuffle them about a little bit in HMA. It will generate the whole league. Unfortunately, we can't use that feature. The only way, and it's the same way that I've been doing it every year, and it's taken me 5 or 6 days on my own to produce it, and this system is exactly the same as the old one. There's no easy way around it, and the only way to get around it is it's a single match. There's no need for a round name. You put in the date, say for instance it's Wednesday. This particular match, 14th, you have to move the slider to 8 PM. It can be a little bit fiddly to try and get it right, which again slows you down. And then you select the two teams that play each other based on what this and this. So I'll do one for you now, which I'll do in Division 3. So Division 3, which I've already set up. Go into the season, all my point system and all that set up. I've set the table up already. I've added all the teams in. I go to matches. I those are the matches that obviously appear on here. Now, from John's point perspective, when you're updating the matches, you kind of each week go in, and this will be a list, and obviously you've got the match names. To update it, go in, click on the date, the time, and you'll be presented with this. Put in the bonus points, the score, and hit save. You have got the report there that you can write in to say who scored what, who was the highest scorer, who got a spare. I will put into an attribute on there on the players' spares. I haven't added any players in, but for instance, I go to create here, I want to create a player, and let's go for somebody that I know, Bobman. There's no user attached. Add player to existing team, yes. This person is in Division 3 in that season, and he plays for the Woodman. Create. So now I can build up a list of players over time. It might be a case of if someone's got a spare, put that in. Some players might automatically, some users be able to register themselves without going through the whole process that they had to go through last time, but you can add players. That's not important, but what is important is on Division 3 I'm going to add a new season, a new match. So I want to add a new match, and based on Dave's is 23rd, and it's team 3 versus 10. So you go 23rd. I will get these to automatically generate at a later date, but we're running out of time. So we've got 3 versus 10. 3 versus 10 is grasshoppers. So against Monarchs, create. If I go back to matches, as you can see, that's created. So if I go to new, and the next one is 4 versus 9. So a single match on the 23rd at 8 PM. Cradley Sports, 10 versus 9, Heathens. Great. Will come up, created successful. So you can just carry on and adding new, hit create, add a new one, hit create. Right, if you click on the time, this is where John can add in the scores on the reports. So you can add in the scores. And that's pretty much it, folks. What you need to do is, if you're adding in additional information on league, this area posts, I've already set up the categories, but if you wanted to add a new post, so you've clicked on there and added new, give it a title, so Tester 2, Hello World 2. You've got different formats here, but it's just a standard. It goes in general news. You can add an image if you want, ignore everything else on the page and hit publish. And on your front end, if I just refresh the page, there you go, Tester 2, and if I go to 3. I've updated the score again, which will appear on here, the winners and losers and the fixtures. So if you guys can work out who's doing Division 1 and Division 2 this year,